This video will have some spoilers for Gravity Falls in it. If you haven't seen the series, please do. It really is an amazing series. Without with that out of the way, let's get into this video. Hello everyone. So the recent episode of Death Battle is out, and it is between Bill Cipher and Discord. I love this episode actually, to be perfectly honest. Not just because my character won, but because it is genuinely a high quality episode and it is very well researched. I didn't feel like it was biased anyway, unlike with some other people on the internet, and the fight itself was just stunning. All the little details they sprinkle into the background, the interaction between the characters, the creative uses of their powers, the ending. There's just so much done right with this episode. It is very clear that a lot of passion and effort went into the making of this video, and Death Battle managed to earn my respect back, despite how dull my voice is. In light of this, I wanted to make a video on Gravity Falls. It would have been pretty easy, as I have my own entire page on Bill Cipher on Figwit. Well, I felt like I wouldn't have been able to bring that much to the table. Everyone knows Bill is multiversal, or at the very least, universal. Even the crappy YouTube short versus debating scene knows this. The show itself makes it clear that this is the case. Blah blah. So instead of making a video on Bill, I shall be making a video on a character that is frequently compared to by fans and is believed to be stronger than Bill Cipher, the Axolotl. If you are a Gravity Falls fan, you most likely already know what the Axolotl is. But if you are either starting out or someone haven't learned about this guy yet, the Axolotl is a secret character and that's first mentioned during Bill's defeat, in the form of a backwards message. Axolotl, my time has come to burn. I invoked the ancient power that I may return. Bill calls upon this entity so that he may come back after being erased with a memory gun, while inside stands mine. This is the one and only mention of it in the show, as far as I am aware. But it does make another significant appearance in the book, Dipper and Mabel and the Curse of the Time Pirates. In it, in it, after flying through hyperspace, Dipper and Mabel stumble upon the Axolotl and the time and space between time and space, where it offers the two to ask one question. Mabel immediately blows the opportunity, but Dipper asks the question, "What do you know about Bill Cipher?" Axolotl, unlike before where it gave a straight answer, says this poem, 60 degrees that comes in threes, watches from within birch trees, saw his own dimension burn, misses home and can't return. Says he's happy, he's a liar, blame the arson for the fire. If he wants to shrug the blame, he'll have to invoke my name. One day to absolve his crime, a different form, a different time. This is pretty much all we know about the Axolotl, yet there seems to be this idea amongst the Gravity Falls community and people outside of it that the Axolotl is above Time Baby, Bill, and other types of powerful extra-dimensional creatures. Honestly, I don't really know where this stems from. I think it comes from the fact that Bill invoked the Axolotl in order to come back from erasure. But this doesn't really mean anything. He only did this because his own power was being dampened due to being erased. He called upon a power that was outside the mindscape where he was being erased from, and said power that he views as a mere co-pilot. However, there is evidence that suggests Bill is actually above the Axolotl. Bill himself says that once he gains a physical form and starts Armageddon, neither Time Baby or the Axolotl, which he refers as the Big Frilly, can stop him. Bill is in fact an arrogant asshole, but that doesn't stop him from admitting that others are impressive. A good starting example is Time Baby. In Dipper and Mabel's Guide to Mystery and Nonstop Fun, there is a segment where Bill talks to us, mainly to give us big, grand cosmic secrets, one of which being that global warming will eventually release something frozen in a glacier that's almost as powerful as him. We know that this is Time Baby thanks to the Northwest cover-up document, where it also shows historical truths. The most relevant one being, quote, an enormous, evil, time-devouring baby from another dimension is frozen in Antarctic glacier. So obviously here, Bill Cipher admits that Time Baby is as powerful as him. Granted, this is referring to Bill without a physical form and not during Armageddon, but still this point stands. In the episode Dreamscaperers, what the hell? Bill shows a level of respect towards Dipper and his crew. After they nearly beat him, not only was he impressed by them, but he even called them clever and let them go. The ultimate example of this character trait is Ford, as he treats him with more respect than any other human character in the show due to his intellect, even calling him by his real name instead of some nickname he made up, like how he does with Pine, how he does, like, he calls Dipper Pine Tree in the show. So, with all these examples listed out, despite his ego, Bill Cipher can't admit that other beings are impressive or even rival his power and So, with him making this statement about the axolotl in the context of him getting physical getting a physical form in the multiverse is actually a pretty big deal thanks to this character trait of Bill. There really isn't anything to oppose this with because of how little the axolotl appears. We barely know anything about it. So if he doesn't scale to Bill, where exactly does he land? Well, we don't have a lot to work with, so I tried my best to come up with at least something here. Well, the axolotl does exist in a time and space between time and space. This might suggest some level of higher dimensionality, especially with the fact that the Pines twins need to travel through hyperspace in order to reach it. Hyperspace, using the dictionary definition, is a space of more than 3 dimensions. So with that, the axolotl can be considered at least 4-dimensional, aka universe level plus. However, this comes with its own issues. Not only is the time and space between time and space thing very vague, but hyperspace in fiction is usually referred to as a space that allows people to travel faster than light and other things that don't really entail higher dimensionality. So this 4D rating is shaky. But this isn't everything. As said above, Bill mentions it alongside Time Baby when saying these powerful beings couldn't stop him. With this, the Axolotl could be considered around Time Baby's power level. Time Baby also doesn't have anything concrete. At best, you can say that Time Baby controls the timeline, with Bill saying that he rules the entire future, which would also get the Axolotl universal and is also pretty shaky. You can also argue for Time Baby to be universal, with him being able to eat time, which may or may not be the fourth dimension. I am not a master at dimensional scaling, and I am very confused whether or not time is the fourth dimension. So I'm going to say that. So I'm not going to say that this isn't concrete. That this is concrete. Shit. So with the Bill Cipher scaling out of the window, the Axolotl at best can be considered universal. Still very strong, but not the supreme being of the verse like everyone thinks he is. And the few arguments that can make for it are flimsy. The only concrete scaling it can have, by scaling Time Baby at least, is Time Baby being able to easily replace people, which is count to be swamp building level, and that's just rough. Well, well, I kind of felt like this video was a bit more negative than my usual videos. Well, I've been meaning to make a video on Gravity Falls, and even though it isn't about Bill Cipher, I am still happy I finally touched this brush here. I am a really big fan of Gravity Falls, and I can remember keeping up with the episodes when they were airing on Disney XD. Genuinely one of the best animated series in recent memory, and probably one of the most influential, and for very good reason. Heck, one of my current favorite matchups is Gravity Falls 1, Bill Cipher vs. Slappy the Dummy. Not only can it be fair, as both can be placed at Universal, but it is actually pretty good in connections. Probably one of the better MUs for both to be genuine, to be truthful. However, it is nothing in comparison to the best MU for Bill Cipher.